The victim of a deadly assault is identified. She was only 16. A former premier speaks out.
I'm not somebody who lives in fear, but I'm taking some reasonable precautions.
As hundreds of Albertans may have had a look at your personal information. And support for a young cancer patient.
It is very motivational. It's very emotional for me. I'm trying not to cry right now.
The football community huddling up to help him.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. Calgary police have identified a 16-year-old girl as the victim of a deadly assault in the city's southwest on Wednesday. Alicia Fielberg joins us from Woodlands. And Alicia, an autopsy confirmed her identity.
Ian, police say 16-year-old Angeline Boucher died near the back alley of this strip mall and in front of a home here after an early morning fight. That happened yesterday morning. There are now flowers marking the area along Woodview Drive, where police found her around 5:30 a.m. Officers arrived here responding to reports of a stabbing. Some neighbors heard shouting. One thought she saw 4 people out here around 5 a.m. Investigators believe the incident was targeted and the weapon was ditched in the area. Someone left these flowers here and another neighbor secured them so that the memorial remains.
I've tied them to the fence, so hopefully no one takes them, because it's just out of respect. Hopefully more people bring some if they know her.
No one's in custody at this time, and police say that they're asking anyone who lives in the area to check their property for a possible edged weapon that may have been ditched there. Anyone with information is asked to call police or leave an anonymous tip through Crime Stoppers. Ian?
Thank you, Alicia. A Calgary man is still in shock after 2 men assaulted him unprovoked while walking his 17-year-old child to the bus stop last weekend. Kelvin Butler says he was jumped by 2 young men and beaten on the sidewalk. It happened in the 5100 block of 17th Avenue Southeast around 10 p.m. on Saturday. Butler ended up with a significant gash to his head and scrapes on his arms and knee. Police were called but could not find the suspects, who ran away. The Butlers are hopeful that speaking out will help locate the attackers.
They didn't actually hit me until they got me on the ground. And then once they got me on the ground, then the 2 of them started hitting me. And then they must have got bored or something. Or they got scared, or I wasn't reacting the way they wanted to. And then they just ran off. It was just so random. I don't understand.
Police described the suspects as 2 Indigenous men. One is tall with long black hair. The other has a medium build with black spiky hair. Investigators would like to hear from anyone with more information. Former Premier Jason Kenney is speaking out against Alberta's separatists as Elections Alberta confirms almost 600 people may have had access to the province's list of electors. Tim Brooke has been following this data leak for us and joins us with more. And Tim, we now know the personal information of nearly 3 million Albertans has been widely shared.
Yes, Ian. Elections Alberta confirmed to me today that more than 560 people actually had access to that renegade voter database. We can tell you at least 23 people were given the full electors list, and then another 545 people obtained a copy of that list through that public online tool launched by the Centurion Project. Now, all 568 people were sent cease and desist letters last night. Some are now required to provide a signed declaration they have complied with the direction to not use or share the list. They have 48 hours to comply. But the damage here may have already been done. The personal addresses and home phone numbers of 3 million Albertans are already out there, and it has a lot of people worried they could be targeted. Alberta's privacy commissioner says it will investigate the leak, but our last premier is still concerned, especially after the Centurion Project used his name as a search example during its April meeting.
I'm not somebody who lives in fear, but I'm taking some reasonable precautions, and I'm consulting with the appropriate authorities on all of that. I've also consulted with private legal counsel on whether I have an action to bring against those responsible. And I think they need to be reminded that this is a country with rules and laws, and one of those is personal privacy.
Now, aside from his own personal potential legal action, Jason Kenney told me he's also not ruling out being part of a larger class action lawsuit should one be filed. Ian, we chatted with a lawyer who believes that's just a matter of time, and he also told us that he thinks a potential class action lawsuit could really be successful here.
Okay, thank you, Tim. MLA Scott Sinclair has been welcomed back into the UCP caucus. The MLA for Lesser Slave Lake was kicked out of caucus last year after speaking out against the provincial budget. He has been sitting as an independent. Yesterday in the legislature, Sinclair apologized. The UCP says it believes Sinclair has reflected on the expectations of caucus MLAs and demonstrated renewed commitment to the party. Calgary's free fare transit zone could be gone and replaced with a $4 fee. Jordan Canigan joins us from City Hall. And Jordan, a committee is debating this move right now.
And Ian, it's a discussion that's taken up most of today. We've heard from nearly 24 people here at City Hall, almost all of which have advocated to keep that downtown free fare zone. However, it's still something that the committee is debating at this very moment. Now, city officials say that stretch of the train from the downtown West Kirby station to City Hall is a common area for disorder and safety concerns. Removing the zone would give transit officers lawful authority to remove people causing issues. Administration says making riders pay to ride the train through that zone could increase safety, free up train capacity during peak hours, and increase revenue. But transit advocates and some businesses are against the idea, saying it creates more barriers for people who just want to get around downtown. If council votes to remove the free fare zone, it's estimated it would generate $5 million per year.
I don't believe that there is any justification for eliminating the free fare zone. I think it actually will put at risk a very important part of our downtown core.
Right now, the free fare zone, anyone can get onto the system. There's nothing that you can do to prevent them from being there. Once they're there, then how do you get them off?
Now, council as a whole will still need to debate and finalize any decision that comes out of today. That will happen at a future meeting. If they do decide to get rid of that free fare zone, payment will be required on all transit, including that zone that is right behind me, by the beginning of August. Ian?
Jordan, thanks very much. The Calgary Reads Big Book Sale opened today with thousands of books and hundreds of eager readers filling the Calgary Curling Club. Thursday's early access was reserved only for the volunteers who helped collect, sort, and set up the event. Doors opened at noon, but some people started lining up before 9, with the line eventually stretching around the building and down 3rd Street Northeast. Organizers say more than 1,200 volunteers helped get the sale ready, with close to 250,000 books on the tables. Money raised through the sale goes toward early literacy programs in Calgary through the Rotary Club of Calgary.
My best moments are at the book sales when a little person comes in, grabs a book, and we call it stop, drop, and read. They literally sit down and they open the book, and that's what we're all about, right? And the world is crazy around them, but they just want to read books, and that's our main focus, is to fund early literacy. So when you see a child come in and go, oh, look at these books, and just start reading before they even pay for them, it's wonderful.
The big book sale continues at the Calgary Curling Club through May 17th, with the first weekend operating by appointment before opening more broadly to the public in the days that follow. Stop, drop, and read. I love that. And you could do that in a park today because it's so lovely outside.
Right, and I love that lady's energy. Speaking of energy, there's a little bit of energy happening in and around the city. So there are some isolated showers. We'll talk about this. Here, let me show you the radar. So on the radar, you can see some isolated pockets. So don't be surprised to run into a couple raindrops over these next couple of hours, because it's already here. Although in some spots of the city, like looking this way, for example, from our studio towards the city, you can see some blue sky. 20 degrees is the temperature right now. We got to a high of 21. The gusts have been in around that 30 to 35 kilometer per mark this afternoon. All right, looking at the next 24 hours. Your 24-hour forecast is brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. Family owned, community driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. A really nice day tomorrow, but we will see more cloud, less sun tomorrow in comparison to today. 11 degrees at 8 a.m., getting up to a high of 20 in the afternoon. The rain shouldn't kick in until 10 o'clock tomorrow night. More details coming up.
Thanks, Danielle. He jumped into the water at Johnston Canyon and was never seen again. Next, how the American tourist is being remembered by his girlfriend and why she wants the search for him to continue. And residents of the community in northern Alberta can feel some relief now that the risk of flooding eases. Also, if you have a news tip, text us at 10400. The girlfriend of the man who is suspected to have died after jumping into the water at Johnston Canyon on Friday is sharing her grief and her hopes. Nicolette Bobby says 25-year-old Pavlo Shemchuk was an outdoors enthusiast and brought light and laughter into the world. He loved hiking, camping, and boxing and is working toward his doctorate in physical therapy. Shemchuk was from Ukraine but had moved to the U.S. He was on a trip with his cousin and best friend when he jumped into the water and did not resurface. Due to hazardous conditions, the search effort was called off on Monday and the area reopened to tourists. The family is pushing for the search to resume so someone else doesn't find him, causing more trauma.
I think it's just tough for everyone, his family, his friends, to just be waiting for the next steps. We just really want some more help and support and options as far as what we can do to find him quickly.
A GoFundMe in memory of Shemchuk has raised over $17,000. An evacuation alert has been lifted for a community near Fort McMurray that was in danger of potential flooding. Last week, residents in Draper were told to be prepared to leave on short notice. An ice jam was causing water levels along the Athabasca and Clearwater rivers to rise. Officials say the ice has broken up, so flooding is no longer a concern. But they're still warning people to keep a safe distance from the riverbanks. All right, some people have already put out their plants, and it might be nice to get some precipitation for them.
Yes, and we need the moisture. In fact, we need more than we're going to be getting, but every little bit counts, right? Okay. So yes, from Friday night through Saturday morning, we're going to get some rainfall, and we could get up to 4 millimeters in the city from this. Here's your Skywatch weather camera, and it's a little bit busy in the city now in comparison to what we had earlier today. Earlier today, it was sunny. And we got to a high of 21. We're now at 20 degrees. We have the clouds that have rolled into much of the city. You can still see a little bit of blue sky out there, but there's also some isolated showers happening. It's 23 degrees right now in Brooks through Drumheller, 22 in Lethbridge, 19 in Banff. So we have a lot of warmth. We're well above normal. 19 in Banff. That's well above normal as well. And for us in Calgary, yeah, we're at least 6 degrees above the normal temperature for this time of year. The winds have picked up, but we had close to 50 kilometer per hour gusts in Medicine Hat, and Pincher Creek close to that 50 mark as well. Calgary, we got close to 40. This will all calm down for tomorrow, so calm winds here, but we'll still stick around that 50 mark Pincher Creek, Christmas Pass area for tomorrow. All right, radar and satellite, as we talked about, this development along the mountains and then tracking off. Now, we don't have the strength for this to track way off to the east and intensify as it goes, and we don't have the heat for these to be severe thunderstorms. But as we talked about, those non-severe thunderstorms, especially in that southwest corner, that's what we're getting right now. For Calgary, we're just getting some isolated showers that have pushed into parts of the city. In some cases, it's evaporating before it hits the ground, but in some cases, we actually have some raindrops that you'll run into. So don't be surprised. This is possible, or isolated showers possible right up until about 10 o'clock tonight, and then things clear out. So I'm going to advance this by 10 o'clock. It's out of the way. Now, as we head into tomorrow we'll see less sunshine than what we saw today. So we'll get a little more cloud cover, but we should also have some sunny breaks out there as well. The rain should not arrive until about 10, 11 tomorrow night. And then this will carry through on and off right until the morning hours. So you may run into some raindrops as well, right up until about 11:30, even the noon hour in the city. And then this clears out, so you'll see some sunny breaks starting Saturday afternoon. All right, longer range forecast. Really, really nice. We are well above normal for most days. over the next 10 days. And I'll show you that 10-day trend in just a second. But tomorrow, a mix of sun and cloud. Then by 10 o'clock at night, that's when the rain should start to kick in. 1 to 2 millimeters tomorrow night, and then another 1 to 2 millimeters possible Saturday morning. Saturday high of 18. We bounce back into the 20s for Sunday, around that for Monday. Let me show you that longer range trend here so you can see 15 degrees is a normal daytime high for this time of year, and we likely won't get close to that until next weekend. So for the next 9 days, temperatures will be around those 20s, especially the warmest weather Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week.
Thanks, Danielle. No one was injured in a house fire in northeast Calgary this morning.
The origin of the fire that we responded to was in the basement area. So after that quick knockdown, that's where the investigator will be looking into and just gathering all the information at this point.
Crews were called to a home in the 5900 block of Saddlehorn Drive Northeast just after 7:30 a.m. They found smoke pouring out of a basement. Firefighters were able to put out the fire quickly, but traffic was temporarily stopped on Saddlehorn Drive while they worked. Everyone inside got out safely. And 2 people and their pets managed to safely escape a fire in a duplex today. Firefighters responded to the fire just before noon on Blackthorn Road Northeast. The 2 people in the home were treated on scene for smoke inhalation. The fire started on the stove and then spread into the attic and was put out quickly by fire crews. There are many job prospects now and into the future in the trades. Still ahead, the provincial program geared toward young Indigenous people getting into the industry. Apple AirPods could soon be about more than just listening to music or podcasts or taking a phone call. Joining me is Faisal Karmali, Portfolio Manager with the Popwich Karmali Advisory Group. And Faisal, the next generation of AirPods could include a camera too?
Yeah, so I'm wearing AirPods right now, and on both sides there would be cameras put into the AirPods so the camera can look around. It's not designed to take video or pictures of other people, but it's designed to help with Siri Assistant. This is all the rush for the artificial intelligence boom that's happening. Siri Assistant can definitely help me look around, see what's going on. I can talk to it while I have my wearables on, and that's going to be the big push for Apple. I think the one key thing when it comes to artificial intelligence that Apple has a slight advantage over the others, such as Meta, even Google, is the security side of it, knowing that these types of wearables can have potential privacy issues. These are the things that Apple is really working on. So we might see a bit of an edge for Apple there. And that being said, we're hearing, big rumor, this will come out probably in the fall.
Not something I thought I needed, but who knows? Meantime, there's a worldwide shortage of jet fuel, but Suncor seems to be on top of it here in Canada.
Yeah, we all heard about how they started off in December in Montreal, thinking it was going to be some local sale of jet fuel. It became international. I think the key thing behind this story from an investment perspective is look at the relationships that Suncor has built with countries all around the world over the last few years. They've gone from 20 relationships with different countries up to 45. And that's one of the reasons why they were able to help the Philippines, Puerto Rico, the Caribbean with jet fuel during this big crisis that we're having with Iran and so forth. And now if we look at the stock price over this calendar year alone, since the war started, the average energy shares in Canada up 39%, Suncor up 45%, a little bit of a premium for good relationships around the world.
Those are good numbers. Faisal, thanks very much.
Thanks for having me.
The province is spending $300,000 on a new pilot program aimed at helping Indigenous teens enter the skilled trades. It's called the Indigenous Mentorship and Pathways Program. It will include symposiums in Calgary, Edmonton, and Fort McMurray. They'll bring together Indigenous leaders, educators, and skilled trades employers who will share information about careers and job opportunities. Participants will be able to learn more about fields like construction, electrical work, and plumbing. Alberta's Privacy Commissioner has launched an investigation into the Alberta Voters List leak. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. This comes as Elections Alberta says more than 550 people accessed data from an illegally obtained list. The data breach includes nearly 3 million Albertans, including former Premier Jason Kenney. Coming up at 6, we'll hear more of his reaction. Plus, a look at the current rules for who actually gets access to the voters list. Also ahead, a council committee is discussing whether to get rid of the free fare zone at downtown C train stations. Coming up, we'll have the latest on that debate. Ian.
Thank you, Tara. Alberta's Chief Mountain border crossing opens May 15th for the summer season. It's located on Highway 6 at the boundary of Waterton Lakes National Park. At 1,700 meters, Chief Mountain has the highest elevation of all border crossings in Canada. Because of the harsh winters, Chief Mountain only operates seasonally from May until September. Canada Border Services says more than 56,000 travelers used the crossing last year. Another warm day to wrap up the work week. Right now in Calgary, it's 20 degrees and mostly cloudy. Danielle has the Friday forecast coming up. Okay, best of both worlds, I think. In that we get some rain, but it's generally when most of us are sleeping.
Yeah, unless you have Saturday morning soccer like we do. And who knows what that means for Saturday morning with those little ones. Anyway, okay, 20 degrees is the current temperature. We got to a high of 21 today, well above the normal of 15. Let's look at the next 3 days. And again, yes, as Ian said, just a mix of sun and cloud for tomorrow. More cloud cover than what we had today for sure. And then by Friday night through Saturday morning, 1 to 2 millimeters of rain likely Friday night, and another 1 to 2 millimeters is possible on Saturday morning. Saturday you're looking at a high of 18 degrees, and then we get back into the 20s with a mix of sun and cloud for Sunday. So overall, a beautiful weekend.
Thanks, Danielle. Tackling quarterbacks was Kane Hart's passion all through high school and spring football. Now he's up against a much different opponent. Hart was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma back in February. Today, he returned to Henry Wisewood High School. But it was a brief visit because he needs to return to treatment this weekend. Friends and family have been rallying behind the grade 12 student, and so has the Calgary football community. On Friday, they're hosting a fundraiser at Shouldice Park.
It is very motivational. It's very emotional for me. I'm trying not to cry right now. It's very, very, very awesome that I even have these people to call my friends and my family. My teammates, my teachers, everyone is just so happy to see me keep going.
We wish him the best. And the fundraiser takes place at Shouldice Park tomorrow from 4:30 to 9 p.m. Everyone is welcome to show up and support him. Thanks for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.